जयो राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी जयो राधा माधवा। हरे कृष्णा, वी आर रेडी। लाइव हो गया?
यस प्रभु जी।
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी, दंडवत प्रणाम।
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी, दंडवत प्रणाम।
ये है श्लोक ना 62 हो गया।
यस प्रभु जी।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
नारायणं नमस्कृत्य
नारायणं नमस्कृत्य
चैव नरोत्तमं
नरं चैव नरोत्तमं
देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं
देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं
पूजयमुदीरये।
जयमुदीरये।
अष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु
नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु
नित्यं भागवत सेवया
नित्यं भागवत सेवया
भगवति उत्तमश्लोके
भगवती उत्तमश्लोके
भगवति नैष्टिकी
भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी।
यथा नो मीयते चित्तम्
यथा नु मीयते चित्तम्
इन्द्रिये हितै
उभयेन्द्रिये हिते
एवं प्राग्देहजं कर्म
एवं प्रागदेहजं कर्म
चित्तवृत्तिभिः
लक्ष्यते चित्तवृत्तिभिः।
अनुमीयते चित्तम्
यथा नु मीयते चित्तम्
इन्द्रिये हितै
उभयेन्द्रिये हिते
एवं प्राग्देहजं कर्म
एवं प्रागदेहजं कर्म
लक्ष्यते चित्तवृत्तिभिः
लक्ष्यते चित्तवृत्तिभिः।
तथानुमीयते चित्तम्
यथा नु मीयते चित्तम्
इन्द्रिये हितै
उभयेन्द्रिये हिते
एवं प्राग्देहजं कर्म
एवं प्रागदेहजं कर्म
चित्तवृत्तिभिः
लक्ष्यते चित्तवृत्तिभिः।
मीयते चित्तम्
यथा नु मीयते चित्तम्
उभयेन्द्रियैर्हितैः
उभयेन्द्रिये हिते
एवं प्राग्देहजं कर्म
एवं प्रागदेहजं कर्म
लक्ष्यते चित्तवृत्तिभिः
लक्ष्यते चित्तवृत्तिभिः।
अनुमीयते चित्तम्
यथा नु मीयते चित्तम्
इन्द्रियैर्हितैः
उभयेन्द्रिये हिते
एवं प्राग्देहजं कर्म
एवं प्रागदेहजं कर्म
लक्ष्यते चित्तवृत्तिभिः।
लक्ष्यते चित्तवृत्तिभिः।
Anybody wants to join?
हरे
हरे
कृष्ण
कृष्ण प्रभु जी, धर्म प्रणाम।
यथा
यथा
मीयते चित्तम् उभयैरिन्द्रिये हितैः एवं प्राग्देहजं कर्म लक्ष्यते चित्तवृत्तिभिः। हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, थैंक यू सो मच।
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी। यथा नु मीयते चित्त उभय इंद्रिया हिते इभं प्राग्देहं देहजं कर्म लक्ष्यते चित्तवृत्तिभिः। हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी।
यथा नुमीयते चित्तम् उभयैरिन्द्रियहिते एवं प्राग्देहजं कर्म लक्ष्यते चित्तवृत्तिभिः। हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी।
हरे
प्रणाम
कृष्ण
प्रभु।
प्रभु जी। यथानुमीयते चित्तम् उभये इन्द्रिये हिते एवं प्राग्देहजं कर्म लक्ष्यते चित्तवृत्तिभिः। हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी। यथानुमीयते चित्तम् उभये इन्द्रिये हिते एवं प्राग्देहजं कर्म लक्ष्यते चित्तवृत्तिभिः। हरे कृष्ण प्रभु।
Okay, Hare Krishna.
प्रभुजी यथानुमीयते चित्तम् I cannot see it. Sorry, Prabhuji. उभय इन्द्रिये हित्यः एवं प्रग्देहजं कर्म लक्ष्यायते चित्तवृत्तिभिः। Pradam Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna
Yatha,
Prabhuji. Danvat Pranam.
let us start. Yatha, as anumiyate can be imagined, chittam one's conscious indriya of the senses. I'm trying, pata nahi kyun, it doesn't make post. Okay. Take care, please. Guvaya, both indriya of the senses, ihata, by the activities, evam similarly, prak previous dehajam performed by the body, karma activity, lakshate can be perceived, chitta of conscious vritti be by the occupation. One can understand the mental or conscious position of a living entity by activities of two kinds of senses, the knowledge acquiring senses and the executive senses. Similarly, by the mental condition or conscious of a person, one can understand his position in the previous life. Just wait, one more. One can understand the mental or conscious of a living entity to two kinds of senses, knowledge acquiring senses and executive senses. Okay. And similarly, a mental condition conscious person one can decide position in previous life. Yes, Madhuri, start.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Prabhupada ki jai. There is an English proverb that says, the face is the index of mind. If one is angry, his anger is immediately expressed in his face. Similarly, other mental states are reflected by the actions of the gross body. In other words, the activities of the gross body are reactions of the mental condition. The mind's activities are thinking, feeling, and willing. The willing portion of the mind is manifest by the activities of the body. The conclusion is that by the activities of the body and senses, we can understand the condition of the mind. The condition of the mind is affected by past activities in the past body. When the mind is joined with a particular sense, it immediately becomes manifest in a certain way. For instance, when there is anger in the mind, the tongue vibrates so many maledictions. Similarly, when the mind's anger is expressed through the hand, there is fighting. When it is expressed through the leg, there is kicking. There are so many ways in which the subtle activities of the mind are expressed through the various senses. The mind of a person in Krishna consciousness also acts in a similar way. The tongue chants Hare Krishna, the Maha Mantra, the hands are raised in ecstasy, and the legs dance in Krishna consciousness. These symptoms are technically called Ashta Satvika Vikara. Satvika Vikara is the transformation of the mental condition in goodness or sometimes transcendental ecstasy. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Nanubhutam kachanena
नानुभूतं
Nanubhutam
क्वचानेन
yena drishtam ashrutam
तेन
दृष्टम्
दृष्टमश्रुतम्
अश्रुतम्
valabhita
कदाचित्
कदाचित्
उपलभ्यते
उपलभ्येत
yadrikamatmani
यद्रूपं
Yadarupam Vikrag
यादृगात्मनि
Atmani.
Suddenly experience something that was never experienced in the present body by sight or hearing. Sometimes see such things suddenly in dream.
Purport. In dreams, we sometimes see things that we have never experienced in this present body. Sometimes in dreams, we think that we are flying in the sky, although we have no experience of flying. This means that once in a previous life, either as a demigod or astronaut, we flew in the sky. The impression is there in the stockpile of mind and it suddenly expresses itself. It is like fermentation taking place in the depths of water, which sometimes manifests itself in bubbles on the water surface. Sometimes we dream of coming to a place we have never known or experienced in this lifetime. But this is the proof that in the past life we experienced this. The impression is kept within the mind and sometimes becomes manifest either in dream or in thought. The conclusion is that the mind is a storehouse of various thoughts and experiences undergone during our past lives. Thus, there is a chain of continuation from one life to another, from previous lives to this life, and from this life to future lives. This is also sometimes proved by saying that a man is born poet, a born scientist, or a born devotee. If, like Maharaja Ambarisha, we think of Krishna constantly in this life, Savaimana Krishna Padara Vindayo, we will certainly be transferred to the kingdom of God at the time of death. Even if our attempt to be Krishna consciousness is not complete, our Krishna consciousness will continue in the next life. This is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 6.41. प्राप्य पुण्याकृतां लोकन् उषित्वा शाश्वती समः शुचिनां श्रीमतां गेहे योगो भ्रष्ट्वभिजायते. The unsuccessful yogi, after many years of enjoyment on the planets of the pious living entities, is born into a family of righteous people or into a family of rich aristocracy. If we rigidly follow the principles of meditation on Krishna, there is no doubt that in our next life we will be transferred to Krishna Loka, Goloka, Vrindavana. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisheshaya Shunyavadi Pashatu Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Nanubhutam kachanena
नानुभूतं क्वचानेन
anadrishtam ashrutam
Adrishtam
देहनादृष्टमश्रुतम्
Asrutam.
yachet upalabheta
कदाचिदुपलभ्येत
Padachitupalabhyeta.
rupam yadrikatmani.
यद्रूपं
Yadarupam
यादृगात्मनि.
Yadragatmani.
Sometimes we suddenly experience something which was never experienced in the present body by sight or hearing. Sometimes we see such things suddenly in dream. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji. Dandot Pranam Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhupada Dandavat Pranam.
Now let us meditate on the shloka. Little traveling. I was with my architect. He is a very good friend. He knows since 20 years. So I was telling I have to travel, I have to run now. He said, you chose the path. You were peacefully teaching in college. You are enjoying. Now, true, but we are happy. But, I can't sit. I have to run. So now we have started the construction of the college. I think all the pillars are up already, slably put very soon. So I have to run for some time. Okay. Now let us meditate. This is very interesting actually. One of the proofs for we are not the body has come here now. We say that, one of the proofs that because we get dreams, we can understand we are not the body. True? Because the body, you think you are the body, but you are lying on the bed. Okay? You are lying on the bed, but independent of the body, you are in a field of experience. Now something more has come here. What is something more? That this came in a scientific experiment also. That some people have no job and they sit with a pen and paper and they say, please sleep. You get money for sleeping when the scientists do some experiment. And in the middle, they have some instrument connected to you, so they can know you are dreaming. They say RIM, rapid eye movement. Like that. That's even people know he's dreaming now, and they are some anxiety sometimes. So after the dream is over, they know he had a dream. They wake up and tell what is the dream you had. Okay. So the person, some people told about a dream. My audio is clear? Hare Krishna.
Yes,
Yes,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Yes,
Yes,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji. Clear, loud and clear, Prabhuji.
Very clear.
Okay. So some people, they said that in the dream I saw elephant with the four teeth. Now in the science we know, in the history they were such elephant, but today they are extinct. Correct? Elephant. Now we see with only two teeth. But four were there previously, those, but they are extinct. We know that. Now, how can they were imagining somebody talk about something which is extinct now? So they said he has seen it in the previous, because they don't have concept of the soul, and it has gone to his genes. Now you cannot just speak this nonsense. It has gone to the gene. There was something where science rejected itself. The Lamarckian theory was that how evolution occurred. He said, just like a goat is there below a tree and it wants to eat the leaves on the top of the tree, and the next life it is born with a bigger neck, and become giraffe. We have to speak some science, no? But Lamarck may not have idea of the cell. It has to go to the genetic cell of the sperm that change. Not a thought here goes to the, you speak science. What nonsense are you speaking? Just because I desire, even if suppose you go to gym, you get good muscles. It doesn't mean your child is born with good muscles. Doesn't make, even scientifically doesn't make sense, because the change has to occur in the genetic cell, which is going to go to the mother and combine with the ovum. It is not that you want to, so it doesn't make, they don't have an explanation. We have an explanation, because in the previous life, which we today know the elephants were there with four teeth, correct? That person has an experience. That experience doesn't go to DNA, it goes to the mind. Body is separate, mind is separate, hence proved. What to do, Prabhupada, when he went to America, they asked him why you come to the country. Various answers Prabhupada said. Sometimes said, I come to make you intelligent. Just imagine what foolish. They're, the mind and soul, they cannot separate from the body. Therefore, every change has to occur. And we have seen how many people you have seen relatives who have twins. Children are not the same, because mind is different. Karma was similar, therefore they are born in the same family, correct? But mind is different. They're thinking differently, they're different taste. And very soon, that when the person start growing up, with the same environment they are growing, they're different people, isn't it? In your house also you can see two brothers are there, or so many. They're totally different in their taste, different kind of activity, different desires, different intelligence. Even though they're born same, the same DNA, mind is separate from the body. Proved, no? So the soul was there with a different mind and different body. And they said, we have not experienced such things. Bhagavatam is speaking this. Imagine it trying to make you intelligent. It's saying that, see, we had a previous life. And because of, how do we know? Because sometimes we experience something which we have never experienced before in the day, sometimes in the dreams. Isn't it? So beautiful. In the dream, just like it's saying some fermentation occurs in the ocean, one bubble is formed, and on the top of the ocean, a bubble comes. We don't know from where the bubble has come. So many desires are packed within our heart. And these desires are not revealed because the situation is not ready. Once they showed Prabhupada a small girl. The Prabhupada, this girl is so cute. Prabhupada said, yes, but when she gets sex desire, she is destroyed. Therefore, children are very sweet. But because we do not train them today in brahmacharya, how to control the mind and senses, the moment they come teenage years, they are destroyed. They lose we have overall seen, they lose their seriousness of Krishna consciousness, because they cannot handle that. Particularly in Kali Yuga, the people are very weak. So, therefore, human life, we can use our intelligence and understand how the world is moving. We can understand how the world is moving. The people are packed. Therefore, we do not know what desire will manifest next time. And will I be able to discriminate? Will I be able to take the right decision? Previous people used to check, like Arjuna checking with Krishna. It's not like today, we decide something and immediately act. Now, Arjuna is reconfirming Krishna. I feel like he was quite convinced to leave the battlefield and go. He was quite convinced. He says that in the first chapter. He said, even if they throw arrows at me, I'm not going to repel. But at the same time, he goes to Krishna and he submits. He wants to check whether this is right. Anna, what is the shloka? Karpane.
कार्पण्यदोषोपहत स्वभावा
पृच्छामि त्वां धर्मसम्मूढचेता यशेयस्यानिश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे
तन्मेषामि शाधिमां त्वां प्रपन्नम्.
Karpana dosha. Dosha means fault. Upahata svabhavaha. My whole consciousness is disturbed by that. Anna? Therefore I come. Prichami tvam. I have come to you. Dharma samudha chetaha. I come to ask you. Anna? I am bewildered. What is my duty now? So it's very important as we advance, we can check whether I am doing the right activity. Because the desires will come, they will drag me here and there, and I may lose sometime. Should I do this or not do? I lose. Because we have a tendency, whatever desire comes, we take it as some divine thing. There was some person I know, and we got into sinful activity and, had such a bad face after that. So I asked that person, why is it that you did not discriminate properly? No, it came in my dream. We have to stop living in the dream world. Something comes in the dream, doesn't matter, because it is manifesting because of your to fulfill your previous desires or your sinful activities. It's not that it's from God. I told you that Marichi can imitate the sound of God. So just because you are feeling I should do certain activity, talking about just how do we know what is there in somebody's mind? The previous shloka says, by the interaction of the mouth, he's shouting. Then you know his mind. Otherwise, you do not know, no? Arjuna says in Bhagavad Gita to Krishna, Chittapagna se ka bhasha. The Prabhupada says, first thing we know a man by what is he speaking. We know what is his meditation when he speaks. Otherwise, you don't know what's going in the mind. So somebody shouting means he's very angry. Is kicking, beating somebody. That means we don't know the mind through the interaction of the senses, but the behavior of the senses, because what is in the mind is mystery. So, but by the behavior of the senses, we can just, Prabhupada saying the statement, face in the index of the mind, we can know the person is angry, that means mind is frustrated. So we can know the mind only through it touches the different senses. And the different behaviors are seen. By legs, he's kicking somebody, that his mind is disturbed. We don't know otherwise what is going in the mind. So many desires are coming, so many convictions are coming, and we can check whether I should do that. And Prabhupada said that is why when people who go to higher authorities, that's a nature, divine nature. And people who do not go to higher, just like Duryodhana now, you see that. Did he go to any standard authority to check? Okay, I am deciding to, kill all the Pandavas and burn them in the house itself. My dear Bhishma, what do you think it will be right? They would say, no, don't do that. You'd have gone to Vidura, you'd have gone to Vedavyasa. He had a counsel available, but he only heard Shakuni, and then he kept planning nefarious things. He could have. So what is the difference you think between Arjuna and Duryodhana? Arjuna left the battlefield. Like a strict Hindi bolenge to Arjun and Duryodhana. Okay, but we are speaking little slang. So Arjuna and Duryodhana, what is the difference? Arjun went to the authority and checked. He was also about to make a big blunder under Krishna's Yogamaya and walk away. So what he did, he says, so what example Arjun gives? Go to the authority and listen whether I should do this or not. And then you have a clear idea. And that mistake Duryodhan made, he had a plan. If you look at Duryodhan, otherwise, he had so many skills with him. He was a very good Gada player. Everything was very strongly built. Coming from a big family, these things were there. But he checked whether I can do such activity. What do you feel? Should I declare the war? Rather, authorities of the authority, Krishna personally came to him with a peace proposal, and he didn't listen. He didn't listen. So this makes us difference between divine and demoniac. We can make a decision which one to go by checking with an authority before making a major decision. In fact, Diksha means that. True, in the present situation in ISKCON, you cannot meet Prabhupada, who is our ultimate guru. Even your own Diksha guru, sometimes you can write, Guru Maharaj replies, but sometimes we are living in association of devotees. And therefore, we should always surround ourselves with devotees, and so that we don't take a mistake. Suppose you're sitting with a devotee and are thinking of watching a movie, he'll stop you. So don't do that. Let us read Krishna book instead. So association is very powerful. It helps you. At least it protects you from making a wrong decision. So this is amazing, no? We see something in a previous life, some experience. It is said, we see, it talks about, proper talks in the purport about child prodigies. We see some children with extraordinary abilities. Once in America, they saw Ravi Shankar. Devotees had gone. Ravi Shankar was a friendly to ISKCON, so it's quite popular at that time. So when he used to do concerts in America, he used to allow devotees to sell Gitas to the public who is visiting. They are attracted to Indian culture, so Indian philosophy, so please buy Bhagavad. They used to go. So some devotees therefore saw his playing sitar. So Prabhupada, this person can't imagine how he was playing. So Prabhupada said, he has been practicing from hundreds of births. So you see that. Their extraordinary ability in music, in arts, in science, in philosophy, it's not this birth. Many births it is going on. Nowadays in sports, people are Shudra means, these are Shudra entertainment, this kind of, silly entertainment. Prabhupada says, actually when Srila Prabhupada wrote the 10 regulative principles, when with his hand in the beginning, he wrote, do not indulge in frivolous sports. So it's not written in the present one, but Prabhupada did write that in the first one, frivolous sports. Sometimes people do not understand, that is also shows we are not serious in serving Krishna. Frivolous sports. Because of sadhus are sitting, they're playing cricket match. No serious devotee will do that. Where is the time? Seconds are important. Avyartha kalatram, nama gane sada ruchihi. Better we develop taste for hearing the holy name instead of wasted time in frivolous sports. So anyway, so devotees saw this and so many lifetimes. So similarly, we see child prodigies. We see some people where flexible education system is there. They finished their graduation by 15 years. You've seen some parts of the world in America where they allow flexible growth. So they finish. If you can give exams, you can explain the courses. Now we are also having a fast track, daily classes. And I was calculating 18 days, level 1 gets over. Level 2 30, level 3 is 30, level 4 is 30. So person in 108 days is ready for Bhakti Shastri. In fact, they were joking to me, the Bhakti Shastri, they've been so fast, we're thinking to make it a little longer because they, within 150 days, 5 months, they finish on Bhakti Shastri. It's going so fast. So these people are able to handle. I remember when first time we took classes, there are some people who attended level 1, even though level 2 was there, 5-6 times, 10 times they attended level 1. Because it's not easy in 18 days to totally change the character and accept every word that Gita is saying, to hear it again and again. So we may know the philosophy, but we should to rewire When we are doing Shavadam, we are hearing, we are rewiring, because even though we know Pashanapina Pashati, we are not behaving. That means it is we are not fully convinced within our heart what I should do. So we have to keep hearing again and again, again and again. You see, Arjuna didn't know the philosophy, he knew. He was very peacefully hearing. We see Vidura Maitreya, you think Vidura doesn't know what Maitreya is telling? He knows. Why is he hearing? He wants, because he knows Maitreya just met Krishna. Let me take it. He has got really mercy of Krishna. Let me just absorb the whole Krishna consciousness, and he's fully satisfied within his heart. And then when Bhagavatam, they kept hearing till his heart was fully satisfied. I said, now let us take them. So this is very interesting actually. The previous life experiences, so many ways they are manifest. Some people have even fear. They suddenly, some people, you show them even 3 stories, they get head start spinning. They can't see. They panic like anything. That is one kind of phobia. Some people have phobia of water. You put them in water, small lake, they panic like anything. So how does it explain? They explain some strange experience of previous life which makes them panic. So this is also explains, actually I do not know, I just cannot understand why the modern society cannot accept reincarnation with so much logical evidence, isn't it? We are not speaking that you have to accept what Shastras are using common sense. It should be accepted, but what to do people? And once we understand we are not body, we are soul, then the whole Krishna consciousness starts. So they used to ask Srila Prabhupada's secretaries that what was the unique thing you saw in Srila Prabhupada? You were with Prabhupada, so what we are actually doing all the time? They say even the biggest person comes to him. Prabhupada very patiently used to spend time convincing him he is not the body, he is actually soul. That's what is the first education Krishna gives in Bhagavad Gita. Many times people come and they speak about why did Karna did that, why did Arjuna did that. They speak so many things from Ramayana, Mahabharata, why did Lord Rama leave Sita, and they're not ready to sit and even understand they're not the body. Because once we change the foundation, then everything we can start to explain. So Krishna, you see in the Bhagavad Gita, he saw Arjuna in dilemma. He understood, just by my moral talk, this is not going to go. The thought is very deep. This question is cannot be answered just on an ethical platform, because he has conflicting dharmas. One side he says, I cannot kill my grandfather. Other side, he knows Duryodhana as a crook. He has to be punished. So it's conflicting. How does he proceed? So Krishna brought him to the spiritual platform. And what did he do for that? First thing, convince we are not the body, we are spirit. So also for ourselves also, this should be very clear. Very, very clear. And Srila Prabhupada, as I said many times, used to say, if you chant Hare Krishna mantra, if the first installment of mercy will come, you will understand you are not the body. It will come as a first installment of Krishna's mercy, as a realization. And then your life is different. Otherwise, you see, as Prabhupada is speaking in the translation and in the purport, we develop certain kind of convictions. And what is that? We want to be hero. We have come to imitate Krishna. And because of that, we have to put into some illusion. So we have a rat race for sense objects in this world, rat race for position and respect in this world. And we are just fighting unnecessarily. That's all is going on. Whole life is spent. What is that? Whole life is spent in struggle for existence, fighting, shouting, howling. You can see people all around struggle for existence. That's all. And totally lost into the original identity. I am a servant of Krishna. Totally absorbed in the material concepts. He has nothing to do with this world. What do you have to do with this world? Nothing. We do not belong to this world. We just come here and we are totally absorbed in the drama in this world. Just like say, suppose, just an example. You are an Indian and you have got lost in Africa, the wild place. Some of the countries are very difficult situation. And we want to pull you out. He brought a ship and said, please come, we can board the ship, we'll take you back to India. But he's totally absorbed. He has picked up 5 trees, somebody he wants to beat him. Arey, you do not belong to this place, get out of this place. What are you doing here? They'll kill you. And he's totally lost in that. So all of us are totally lost in the material pursuits, ambitions, desires, this, that, forget our identity. Because this has to be the first. My identity is I am not this, I am not that, I am not this, I am just a servant of Krishna. Jiva Krishna Das, Evish Jivera Sarup Hoye, Krishnera Nitya Das. His original identity, the living entity, he is a servant of Krishna. And if this identity is absorbed in a living entity, then what happens? He becomes fully convinced, he becomes happy. Brahmabhuta Prasannatma. He becomes very, very happy and joyful. And then he can proceed in blissful Krishna consciousness. But what to do? Lost in the huge Shoche Tato. Naivo Dvije Paraduratya. Who knows the shloka? Can anybody chant this shloka? Nevo Dvije Paraduratya Vaitaranya Tatvirya Gayana Maham. Chalo, somebody sing it.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Naivo Dvije Paraduratya Vaitaranya Tvadviryagayana Mahamritamagna Chittaha Shoche Tato Vimukachetasa Indriyartha Maya Sukhaya Bharamudvata Vimudhan. Hare Krishna.
Very deep shloka. And this is the heart of Prahlad Maharaj. He is awakened to full Krishna consciousness. And we know that by so many things. He's totally, we can know his consciousness by the behavior he's making through the body. No fear in him. The father is trying to kill him. Just imagine. Totally liberated soul. We may say, I am liberated. Liberated, huh? Every day some attempt is made to kill you. You have no fear. And not only that, you're not even angry at your father. He's sympathetically looking at your father. He's instructing his father. He's doing things that father, see, any one of us would have compromised in that position. What to do? Very dangerous. Huh? I will not preach now. Now, suppose something like this happens, you're in a country, wild country, where you utter the name of Krishna, they will kill you. Would you do that? You not even think of doing that. You will say, no, the situation is dangerous, let me just keep silent here. But Prahlad Maharaj didn't care. He would forget, he was instructing his father itself. Forget the children. And he was instructing children, he didn't care. Not scared. Why? What is his heart? He's trying to rebel or something? No. He said, Naivo Dvije Paradurate Vaitaranya. My Lord, I am not scared of this fearful material existence. Vaitarani. It's a fearful material existence. Tadvire Gayana Maha Amrita Magna Chitta. My heart is filled with happiness in glorifying you, my Lord. Shochetato, my Lord, I am lamenting. Vimukha Chetasa Indriyartha. To the people who have, instead of taking pleasure or service to your lotus feet, Shoche, I am lamenting for this. Vimukha. Vimukha means they have taken a Bahirmukha. Krishna Bahirmukha Jiva. Similar shloka is there. So Vimukha. Shoche, Vimukha Chetasa. Those people have taken the face away from Indriyartha, and but for sense enjoyment. Maya Sukhaya Bharamabhuto Vimudhan. Just for Maya Sukha, they have taken so much anxiety. I am lamenting for them. So one thing, we have to, by chanting Hare Krishna mantra, we have to make our heart away from absorption in the material anxieties. We are going to live in this world, not that we stop living in this world. But the material anxieties, will I become rich? Will I have this car? Will I die, or will somebody dear to me die? Come out of this anxiety. Krishna is in complete control. I give the example so many times. Suppose you're in a college, and your dean, is a very good person, and you see somebody is crying, has been terminated from the college. You're taking your class. you'll not stop and to get disturbed. That fellow must have done something. I know because he's a good person. He doesn't take stupid decision. So he has terminated somebody, must have done something. Must be selling drugs in the college. So he has taken a strong decision to terminate it out to save other children. Correct? Possible. So similarly, Krishna's decision is never wrong. Therefore, in Bhagavad Gita, there is a famous shloka, Ashochan.
शोचानन्वशोचस्त्वं प्रज्ञावादांश्च भाषसे गतासु न गतासूश्च नानुशोचन्ति पंडितः. हरे
Ashochan.
कृष्ण प्रभु।
He knows, the learned person knows that there is no need to lament for anything in this world. There is nothing lamentable in the kingdom of God. Peaceful. We have this condition when Chitrakuta and his wife are crying wildly with mouth open when their child Harsha Shuka died. At that time, Narad Muni and he comes. Angira sage, and they instruct him. Why you're crying like an animal? The human life means it is so bad. Nanu Shochantipan. Arjuna was crying, my grandfather will die, my teacher will die. That Krishna is determined. There is a reason. They were great personalities, but they were sitting silent when a woman was being tortured like that. Death penalty. Even for inaction, you get death penalty. Not only for action. For inaction also is punishable. It's a sinful activity. Nowadays in this world, there is only inaction. Anything is happening, and they do, some social experiments they do. They pick up a child and run away. People just walk around. I don't know to get involved. But you don't get involved. That's a sinful activity. You're supposed to. In fact, according to law, if you do not intervene when some crime is happening, you're punishable. According to law also. Anyway, that's a separate situation. But let us look in this way. As I was developing this, when I had gone to Jew temple, I had an opportunity to address the devotees. So I was developing that little push is needed. When Prabhupada's friend Narendra Malik, he dragged Prabhupada to come to the in the assembly of Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada. The Prabhupada was actually, he's Nitya Siddha, this all arrangement outside, but every move of an Acharya gives a lesson to us. So that little push is actually needed. Had he not pushed Prabhupada, said, I'm not going, I've seen Anant Bhoga Sadhu. He said, no, this man is special, you just come with us. No, I'm not going. Then he dragged him, he dragged him. And that little push, ISKCON came into being, and all of us have been saved. Just like Guru Maharaj called me up in that time. I still remember that June 5th, 2020. Nishtha, why don't you start an online course? Little push and see our online preaching develop. So many of you benefit. So sometimes we don't do that. You see, people are pushing, how is it that everybody in a college become drunkard? Some friend only pushes, no? Thoda pila yaar, thoda. He's pushing. It's not that he's inclined, nobody. I'm not addicted, I'm not take it up. This time marathon time is gone, devotees go. Some people don't like why they're pushing. Arey Baba, people are pushing for bad activity, they're pushing for good activity. Why don't you take Bhagavad Gita? Why are they pushing me? Why they're doing Sankirtana in the road? Arey Baba, little push is needed. Little push is needed. So sometimes, but it should not be too much, because Prabhupada also, Krishna also doesn't push beyond a limit. Little is okay. Little. Why don't you read Bhagavad Gita? What will happen if you don't read Bhagavad Gita? Little. Just like Krishna dealt with Arjuna, very peacefully. It's not that he is silent. He explained to him, what has happened to you? Kutascha Kalmala, whose second chapter, this Kutacha Kashmala Vidam.
कुतस्त्वा कश्मलमिदं विषमे समुपस्थितम् अनार्यजुष्टमस्वर्ग्यम् अकीर्तिर्करमर्जुन.
So at this time, Arjuna has not surrendered to Krishna, but Krishna is doing little push. What has happened to you, Arjuna? This is anarajustam, this is uncivilized behavior. Akirti, this will not bring you fame, it will bring you infamy. What has happened to you? So he could have stepped silent. And he has not surrendered to Krishna at this time. Little push. What are you doing? Then he's totally confused. Oh my God. Yes. And this helped. This helped him to surrender. Correct? You try to understand this point. We sometimes think that inactivity, no, there should be activity. Like the Bhishma could have taken his weapon. Actually, it is true. Krishna told him, shut up tomorrow. And don't, because he knows Bhishma will not tolerate this. He's not going to stay silent. But anyway, as an example in this word, Bhishma, Krishna arranged. He went to the spiritual world. Krishna arranged a drama, but a lesson there. He could have just taken his weapon. Anybody think he can fight with me here? Stop this. Just imagine a woman in the family is being humiliated, and people are sitting silent. Dhritarashtra is sitting silent. Gandhari is sitting silent. And the Pandavas are sitting silent. So sort of an unfortunate position, sitting silent. How can you sit silent? Little push you can do. Little true. The Pandavas said, if you want to get up, Yudhishthira was under that, Niti, the Dharma. Therefore, Krishna said, kill these fellows. Niti, Dharma, kill Karna in a wrong way, kill Dhritarashtra in a wrong way. What Niti to show for crooks? These people were involved in such a sinful activity. They were silent. So, no. So, therefore, we should try to preach Krishna consciousness. Little push. You stay silent, other person is okay. Some people say like that. This person doesn't have samskara, maybe previous life. He has not done pious activities, so he's not inclined to Krishna consciousness. Never lose hope. One side, keep praying. And little push, because people get angry otherwise. Little push. Would you like to read Bhagavad Gita? Or, something. Little. Give him some nice prasadam. Little push, keep doing. And gradually, that will make a person to Krishna consciousness. It will develop. The heart will open out. I was also 99, we were in the Bangalore temple. So the temple took to the Ritvik philosophy and we all got confused. And 15 years I was in Mangalore developing preaching. I was teaching in colleges. And at that time, Guru Maharaj did not leave me. Little push, gradual. Every time he used to come to Mangalore, Minister, can I meet you? Minister, can I? He's not. Little push is continuing. And finally, in 2014, he arranged, I come there to see my good friends, one new temple opening, and then talk to me. Little push. Finished. He came to serve. So it's very important that little push we don't stop. We do understand that people are into sinful activities. But why don't you read Bhagavad Gita? Little push should be there. And the person will not feel bad, but it has to be not prayasa too much. Because then people, somebody was teaching selling Bhagavad Gita, and he said, Prabhupada, somebody shouted at me and then I shouted at him. Prabhupada said, you are nonsense, your preaching is nonsense. So pushing should not go to the degree that, we start shouting at each other. But very intelligent, because the very fundamental for preaching is that every person is open to suggestion in this world. What is that? Every person is open to suggestion. Little push is very good. Okay? And then keep working as a humble servant of Krishna, and then Krishna will empower you. And when you speak humbly, people listen to you also. Like that, you had that Prabhuji coming, who took class a few days, very elderly proper disciple. How humble he was, and everybody wants to listen to him. True. So if you take an example from that, you get inspiration, be humble, try to present Krishna consciousness in a very humble way. People will listen and there will be complete change. When Prahlad Maharaj was teaching to his classmates, he was not shouting at them. Hey, you all demons, that's what I started. When in my college I got introduced to Krishna consciousness, I became proud, So, hey, you parasite of the Western culture, come here. So they will run away rather. You don't behave like that. Don't behave like that. You show a good behavior, you're gentle, people listen. They will take observation also. Nice, see what he spoke was correct. I was seeing one debate, I told you that previously, India TV debate between a child and his father and mother in front of them. The challenge was why he has joined ISKCON, leaving his father and mother. And father and mother was shouting like anything. Whole audience was supporting. And he was very gently submitting again and again. But I was seeing the narration in the YouTube video. Everybody is appreciating. Look at him. He's not shouting. He's not getting angry. He's being humiliated. People are, defaming him. But he's so gently presenting. People are looking at that. That will be, very nice. That will attract people to Krishna consciousness. And the whole world is, see, bhakti is anything done other than service to Krishna is a sign of revolt. Anything other than service to Krishna, we are revolting against our original nature of service to Krishna. We are revolting against the authority of Krishna. Krishna is told in Bhagavad Gita, Marmana, always think about me. We don't do that. Sign of revolt, no? Suppose you have a servant, you tell him that, you go and bring that file, and he is on a mobile call. Don't you get angry? I give you some work, no? What are you doing all day? Then why should I pay you? So as a servant, you deal like that, true? The same way, Krishna is saying, Manmana, think about me. Aren't we guilty of disobeying that order? So indirectly, aren't we revolting against the authority of Krishna? Krishna says, Manamana, think about me. And aren't we disobeying him? We are disobeying, no? So, and can Krishna say that when it is not possible? That means it is possible for everybody. Just like me, I meet so many people, they say some reason or another they cannot chant 16. I say, I cannot understand. That's the order of the Acharya. How dare you disobey him? Prabhupada is the Acharya of the whole world today. For all the Vaishnava sects, all the Nastic sects, all the religions of the world, for the whole world, he is the Acharya now. And he has given order. Everybody. Srila Prabhupada this. Prabhupada, what if we get the power of the world? We become the emperors. Okay? What if this happens? What is the first thing to do? Prabhupada, if you find anybody not chanting 16 not, hang him. And start laughing. So he has given the order. Nobody can say I cannot do. Nobody. He's just disobeying. An Acharya. Who is the current Acharya? By his instruction, he will go back to Krishna Loka. Prabhupada used to say, I have got the backside door entry. I will take you. So, but we think, no, maybe I can follow something else. Okay? That's your intelligence. But we can try a little push. Look, why can't you, be thoda dimag lage socho, no? How can somebody do what he has done? Bringing people to the highest level of happiness of Krishna consciousness, a strange person. And he has left the whole ecosystem for us. It's very easy for us now. Books are already there. Beautiful books of Srila Prabhupada, loaded with love of Krishna. The whole beautiful institution is there to help us. You want to preach, the whole institution is there to support. Everything is there. Why we are part of the institution? You want to preach Krishna consciousness, the institution come to support it. The whole opportunity exists, actually. So let us take advantage of this opportunity and see the whole world is brought. Otherwise, see, people are lost. So many desires, life after life, they're running around fulfilling those desires. That's all this world is actually. Not even an idea. Prabhupada says in sometimes some purport, people look as if they are mad and they are haunted. That is how the Acharya's vision is. Who is seeing Krishna's lotus feet all the time, seeing Krishna Leela. When he looks at this world, Shoche, Mahamrita Magna Chitta. Prabhupada used to like this shloka so much. Amrita Magna Chitta. My heart is full of love of Krishna. Amrita Magna Chitta. Happiness. Ananda Mudi Vardhanam. Ocean of happiness expanding. Real happiness. And he sees the world, people running about silly, sense objects. What do they feel? So unfortunate. So he just looks at this and he says, so unfortunate. That's what Acharya sees. What do we do? Okay. Hare Krishna, everybody. I was not actually.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Are you in Bangalore, Mumbai?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, where are you now?
Dr. Vinay.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you, Pranam.
I have a question.
Hare Krishna.
I'm audible.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Pranam, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Beautiful class.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Are you in Mumbai or Mangalore, Prabhuji?
Hi, Mumbai. Yes, Dr. Vinayak, you wanted to say something?
Yeah. I wanted to ask on Prabhuji question regarding you're talking about dream. We experience the bad dreams, sometimes good dreams. Is it dreams will happen like that, or it will be avoided after dreaming, or it will come true?
Some people get so much into dream, think dream is even more real. And sometimes some people see inauspicious things, they tell somebody is going to die, and I saw it. See, Krishna is in control, okay? And let us live in the real world and keep serving him. What can be done? So, like dreams, astrologers also tell. One man was sitting on the trunk of a tree, okay? And he was cutting in the front. So obviously the branch will fall on the ground. So one man was walking by, he saw him. He said, "You're going to fall." He didn't care, and he continued doing. He fell on the ground. So Prabhupada says, what is going to happen anyway is going to happen. You saw in the dream, or an astrologer told you. What do they use? You continue your service to the Lord. Take care. What is going to happen will happen. अपने को क्या करना है? Let us fix our focus on am I advancing in Krishna? That is where my focus should be. Am I advancing in love of Krishna? Okay, this is going to happen. What can be done? True?
No, yeah, I understood. Is it like that? It will be going to avoid it after dreams comes. It will going to avoid it, or it will be happen. I wanted to ask.
We do not know. Dreams cannot be like I told you. Our desires are sometimes Marichi also plays. Marichi made the same of sound of Lord Ram. Take it, na?
Okay.
So sometimes the mind will play. Sometimes the Paramatma in the heart is. He gave, my dear child, get ready. Something inauspicious is going to happen. Take care. Mentally be ready.
Okay.
But we do not know. Sometimes it is Marichi. Like I told you, one friend of mine, not a friend, I know the person who visited to the temple. Then he came to me and related how he got into so much simple activities, life decay. I said, why did you do that at the end of the day? Prabhuji, I got in my dream to do it. So dream, you cannot say the message of the Lord, no? Can be wrong also sometimes. Maya can also give you some wrong desire, because see, desires are stored in the heart, and to fulfill those desires, so many silly plans can come. Not that, when Ajamila was doing that, he felt that sometimes people say it's the Lord's wish. Lord told me. Sometimes recently somebody murdered somebody. He said, God told me. In the dream. So suppose you get in the dream, I should go and murder somebody. It's not the Lord told me. It's a Marichi. So you have to discriminate. Therefore, a liberated person, his dreams are real. He sees Krishna Leela when he closes his eyes. He's feeling intense. In fact, if Krishna doesn't show his Leela to pure devotee, they will die. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed that intense separation from the Lord. But where we are in the dreamland of this world, not even feeling any separation from the greatest personality Krishna, dearest personality Krishna. The only personality worth loving is Krishna. But we love him, we love the whole world. So till we reach a perfect situation, every dream or even a day, any desire, we should check. And that will make you divine. Like we took example of Arjuna, we were thinking to run away actually. But he thought, let it check. And Duryodhana, he never checked. So therefore he became a demon, and Arjuna became a great. Purpose is this is a divine quality. Go and check. Suppose your own son say, comes to Papa, I am feeling I am going to do that. What do you say? What do you say? This son is divine. He's not taking any, thinking 10 times. They say we should think 10 times before even speaking something. Why? Definitely before acting, we should check up whether it is right or if it is wrong. Okay?
Thank you. Thank you.
Prabhuji, some people are daydreamers also. What do you say about those people?
That is it. Tamagoda. I used to do that in my college time. I was not studying. And I used to open my mouth and I used to dream. There's no muh khol ke sote hain din mein. And I used to dream that I will, become big degree I'll get. I was not studying those days. So I'll get big degree and I'll get big job. And so many people will be clapping. Daydreaming they are called. That's a symptom of Tamagoda. They don't know anything. And they keep daydreaming. Just like they say now political, they say Bangladesh, we will take over India. This daydreaming. Then was over. Yes, Hare Krishna. Chalo, nice. I do not know whether because the camera facility they have or not to show in the temple, the darshan of the deities is possible, and I don't think so. Chalo, we will be there back tomorrow morning.
Yes.
Right? we're in the transit class. Chalo. Okay. Hare Krishna, everybody.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Radha Pranam.
Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavad Pranam Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Rama